Now, mothers are people who love you even when you pull their hair. And this was the kind of relationship I had with my mother. And my mother, speaking of humility, was always there to keep me in check. When I was going through graduate school and I was taking really hard examinations, I was home pretty much complaining and whining about how hard these PhD tests were. And she just patted my arm and she said, "We know how you feel. Just remember that when your father was your age, he was fighting the Germans in World War II." And then the day came when I got my PhD, and I was so proud, and my mother introduced me to everyone as, "This is my son. He's a doctor, but not the kind that helps people." Probably the most wonderful thing my parents did was they let me paint my bedroom. I said one day, "I want to paint stuff on the walls," and they said, "Okay." So I got a rocket ship, and we lived in a ranch, so I wanted an elevator. I wasn't sure where it would go. And, yeah, you can tell the nerves early, so that's the quadratic equation. But the great thing is that they let me do it. And they felt that letting me express my creativity was more important than the pristine nature of the walls. I was really blessed to have parents who saw it that way. My parents taught me about the importance of people versus things. So when I got older and I bought my first car, I was so excited. I had a shiny convertible. This is my niece and nephew, Christopher and Laura. And every month I take them for a weekend, so my sister doesn't give them a break, and we go on adventures. And I just showed up with my new car. My sister explained to Chris and Laura, "That's Uncle Randy's new car. You can't get it dirty, and they're just cracking up laughing, because over her shoulder, I'm casually opening a can of soda and just emptying it on the back seat. And they come running over and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "It's a thing. It's just a thing." And I'm really glad I did that, because at the end of the weekend, as I was driving them home, little Chris was about 8 at the time, but had the flu, and he threw up all over the backseat of my car. And I don't care how much value you get out of owning a nice, shiny, pristine thing. It's not as good as I felt knowing that I made an 8-year-old boy not feel guilty just because he had the flu. Next thing, you better decide early on if you're a Tigger or an Eel. Tiggers are energetic, they're optimistic, they're curious, they're enthusiastic, and they have fun. And never, ever underestimate the importance of having fun. I am dying soon, and I am choosing to have fun today, tomorrow, and every other day I have left. If you want to achieve your dreams, you better work and play well with others, and that means you better live with integrity. Simple advice that you'll find hard to follow, just tell the truth. Second thing, when you screw up, apologize. There are a lot of bad apologies in America. A good apology has 3 parts. I'm sorry, it was my fault, how do I make it right? Most people skip that third part. That's how you can tell sincerity. The last thing is that we all have people that we don't like, that have done things we don't like, and what I've found is no one is pure evil. If you wait long enough, they will show you their good side. You can't make them do it in a hurry, but you can be patient. Show gratitude. When I got tenure as a young faculty member, there were about 15 young kids who'd been working in my research lab. I took them all down to Disney World for a week on my nickel. One of my colleagues said, "This must have cost you an arm and a leg. How could you do it?" I said, "These kids just worked day and night for years so that I could get the best job in the world for life. How can I not do it?" I mean, gratitude is a very simple thing, and it's a very powerful one. And lastly, I don't think complaining and whining really solves the problem. This is Jackie Robinson, first black major leaguer, had it in his contract not to complain if people spit on him. Alright? So I don't care if you're Jackie Robinson or if you're a guy like me who's only got a couple of months to live. You can choose to take your finite time and energy and effort, and you can spend it complaining, or you can spend it playing the game hard, which is probably going to be more helpful to you in the long run. Now, I told you this is part of a lecture series at Carnegie Mellon University, and it's important for you to know why I gave the talk. Okay? The talk isn't just about how to achieve your childhood dreams. It's much broader than that. It's about how to live your life. Because if you lead your life the right way, the karma will take care of itself. The dreams will come to you. If you live properly, the dreams will come to you. I think it's great that so many people have benefited from this lecture, but the truth of the matter is that I didn't even really give it to the 400 people at Carnegie Mellon who came. I only wrote this lecture for 3 people. And when I Thank you.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was truly inspiring, and even the how strong someone has to be in order to give at a time when he needs love and he needs support, but he's willing to go on national television at a time of when he's dying, and he's willing to help other people and inspire other people, and hopefully he inspired us too. So he actually passed away last year in August, and I hope though that we can live in the ways that he taught us and follow our dreams, and to never think that we are naive when we think that something impossible can change. And now I would like to introduce Gashafnida for the tutorial program that we were members of, and he'll tell us something great about it.
I have like 30 slides I'm going to show you, so pretty much I'm going to depend on the slides and just work the slides. Thank you. Program. No, we have we're all equal. Again, in Nagatam, you know, the William Contact, Manuel, the Michael South Academy, the Tamil Nacho, any program, at least at least to make a difference in this one, I started pretty much the program is going to be in volunteerism. So what kind of quote? Usually one quote explains much better than me explaining it. So this quote is my favorite. So from here, I hope hopefully you read it. So dictionary meaning volunteerism. I checked it through online on the American English Dictionary. I couldn't find the meaning of it. So this is what the meaning pretty much says. Yes, voluntarism, it is voluntary. Voluntary means not go outright. That's what I got a meaning of it. So pretty much this is what explains in English dictionary. So pretty much you answered this question. I should have put it as there. So the volunteer, I couldn't find it. So why this concept of volunteerism apply? So this concept, I would say, it made me think that all the time we spent nurturing a student at MTP was out of abundance of goodwill. It made me also think why this concept of volunteerism is not evident in our community. As fellow Ethiopians, Christians, Muslims, Jews, we need to understand that everyone, I repeat, everyone makes a difference in some lives. We need to, further than today, to build the future. It starts today with our children, your neighbor's children, the children in your family, the child who dies, have anyone to into. So our investment in building our country, Ethiopia, and our continent, Africa, starts today. And we need to make it happen. With that said, I'm speaking to you on behalf of all our colleagues at NTP, that I'm honored to get this chance to paint half the picture of what our day of volunteerism in the last 3-4 years looks like. At NTP, Mariam Mentoring Tutoring Program has been helping students